Hey YouTubers, I'm just working on some Warcry minis right now. Just wanted to take and do a down and dirty type video and just show you what I'm working on. With these guys here, I'm doing more natural as far as bone, leather, um, real dark skin. So basically I'm just taking and working the colors in right now, just trying to get a nice base coat. Nothing really exciting as far as that goes. And then you'll see me work some of the black and this really dark brown. Now this color here is just to work on getting the primer covered up. I'm not really worried about if it's the right color for the mini right now. But you can see I'll take and work some different colors and just keep blending. I'm using one of my big craft brushes, as you can see, so I'm just trying to work the colors in. These guys have very little metal. If you look, it's just more bone. There's one up here that's a little bit metal. The buckle could be metal. Everything else, a couple little links right here, I guess. That's about it. Everything else is just natural as far as fur, bone, horn. And I'm gonna just keep kind of with that same theme, just keep working it. With these minis, you gotta really kind of push your paint into the recesses. It's really hard to get up in there. It's one of those ones where you can see, but you really can't get a paintbrush up in. So it's always nice just to kind of have a brush where you can abuse it and not have to worry about it. As you can see, I'm still working this red, or sorry, the brown. It's more of a reddish brown. But I'm working that all up underneath there, trying to get the skin tones worked in and trying to cover. This guy here's got some boots on, so I don't have to worry about that. Most of the guys I've been working on, they have just like a wrapping around their foot. So I'm just gonna put some color to these. Now you can see it right there is what I'm working on. It looks really messy, and that's just part of the process for me. You'll see that I keep just dipping my paintbrush into more and more paint. I really don't clean it off, so this has got more of that rope up over his shoulder, so I'm trying to get that in there. Sorry about that going out of focus. I haven't figured out how to stop it from going out of focus yet, so now I'll take and start working on the furs. And the furs, I've been going with a real dark top and then lightening it up and then changing it and giving it different colors. Here's another one. Let's see if I can get this to focus a little bit. I'm waiting for this to dry right now. So you see where it's really dark up towards the head and it starts getting lighter and lighter. There's a better view right there. But that's what I'm working on right now. So, and this is just to kind of base everything out and give me some direction on which way to go. The skins are a lot lighter than the furs. You see, these ones have claws down here and all sorts of stuff, so. And then up at the top, you can see where I had that real dark, almost black there. And then it goes to that brown. So I'm just going to kind of work that around. And of course, it's not going to stay this dark. I'm going to take and lighten it up quite a bit. And then I'm going to take and come back through and do another really dark. I'm going to feather it basically in using that brown and the black and give it some different color variants. You'll see that I just stamped it right back there in the corners, right down in the recesses right there. And that's what I'm just going to kind of play with as far as that goes. I'll be jumping back and forth between the minis I'm working on, and so I'll take and do a video of this one and probably the other one that I'm working on that I just took and showed you. But that's going to be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. This right here is just to kind of give us a good starting point. I want this to be really barbaric as far as color wise. I want it to be a lot different than the other faction. The other faction had a lot of metal and that kind of thing, and these guys here are very primitive looking with their skins and their furs and their bone weapons and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to keep kind of in that same theme. I'm doing a little bit lighter wraps on his feet and on the boots there. I'll do the same thing up on his arms. Like I said, this is all just kind of a preliminary, just blocking things out. So it's not that this is going to be a final color or final style, but at least it gives me an idea of what's on where and how when it comes to the mini itself. I'm not really too worried about staying in the lines as far as that goes either. You know, this is just something that kind of helps me out see the mini in a different way. You can see the back side of the foot down here in the claw. Just take and pop some color in there, just like so. And now we just have to work on the bone weapons, the horns, and the helmet. So that'll be the next thing there. So as I'm working on the wraps, I might as well work on the wraps for the weapons. Now I'll go back through, and when I'm working on the rest of it, I'll still use this type of brush, and then once I get down towards the detailing and stuff like that, then I'll switch to a smaller brush just to kind of finish it out. So you can see that there's the weapon there. Then he has his spear weapon. which is also bone or a jaw of some sort. It's got like teeth on it. There's that there. You'll see me just grab paint and mix it up, and that's just something that I like to really change up the colors. I don't like to have things the same colors as far as from miniature to miniature. I want them to be cohesive, but I don't want them to look exactly the same. So even though I'm using the same basic colors, I really like to try to change it up. Now that this is all pretty much wet, I'm going to take in, I'll do some preliminary type work on it. You can see the rope right there. That's how the rope's going to look. Same thing with this one back here. It's got a real nice braided look to it, so I'm going to continue on with that. I think I'm going to take and just work on the horns here, and then I'm going to stop the video and I'll start working on the other one. Then when this dries, I'll take and come back, and then we'll work on this some more. You can see how I've made this kind of dirty back here, and when I'm working on the horns, I think I'm going to have these ones a lot dirtier than the ones I've worked on before. They'll still be a little bit lighter when I get done, but you can see how I've kind of flattened out my paintbrush too. See how it's kind of just flattened out. I've been using it more on the side than anything else, and kind of just putting it down and then pulling it back. These paintbrushes here, you can use them in so many different ways, and it's really nice. You can turn around and wet blend with it. You can excuse me, you can dry brush with it. You can turn it into a filbert. It does keep a point for quite a long time, so that's always nice. For the helmets and stuff, I've been making a gray, but I've been using a little bit of the turquoise color, some of the black, a little bit of the brown, and I've been making a really nice, like a blue-gray. So what I'm doing right now is I'm making a little bit darker. Seems like their helmets are the only thing that's really metal on them. It's almost like a Batman type look on it. It's really kind of funny. This just kind of gives you an idea though. Then I'll take in So there's some of that dark or that lighter gray down on there. And that right there is going to be the first setting of it. And then I'll get back to this when it dries up a little bit. And if you would, please like the video, please comment. If you have any questions or anything like that, I'd be greatly appreciative, and I'll take and answer them the best I can. Again, this is Tim at JL Miniatures. Thank you for watching.